Hello everyone and welcome to my island, Starberry. I'm currently turning this island into a Valentine's town core island. Now in our previous video, we started this island by building an area in front of resident services. I love how it all came out and today I want to continue this area towards my airport. But before we get started, I wanted to give you a quick little island update. So you know in our last video, Lopez did ask if he could move out and we said yes. Well, I kind of forgot to fill his house plot and so it auto-filled. But it's okay, don't worry. It was only Raymond. Raymond follows me around to every island. I swear he fills all my plots, but there it is. It could have been worse. It could have been truffles. Now, nothing else has actually happened on my island apart from that, but I would love it if you could subscribe if you haven't already for more cozy content just like this. Now let's build. I must admit, it's very strange for me to be doing the entrance as the second build, or what I would normally call the entrance. Let me know, what do you call the entrance? Do you call the entrance to your island the resident services area, or do you call it the airport area? Because technically, when someone does a dream address, you wake up at resident services, so therefore that's the entrance. But then if you go to the airport because you've invited somebody over through Dodo code, or friends, you know, they just come through the aeroplane, then technically that's the entrance. So I don't know. Maybe I have already done the entrance. This is the second entrance. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. But anyway, we're going in with our custom codes first. Of course we are. I like to do a bit of a layout first so I know what sort of space I'm working with and then just develop it from there. And as usual, I will say it again in this video, if you are interested in using any of these codes on your island, you will find them all on my Pinterest account. I do have that link down below. If you go to Melissaverse Islands on there and then click on Starberry Phase 1, you will find all the codes for this island right there. And then when I do change this island for the seasons, if that's what I wish to do, I will add another phase or label it different. You'll be able to find the codes just there though. Oh, Sprinkles here. Hello, Sprinkles. I need to start changing my villagers over. It's so sad that I need to get rid of Wade. I mean, technically, I don't need to get rid of Wade, but I'm going to get rid of Wade because he's a Christmas penguin. Although he's not. You know what I mean? He's a winter penguin, and I just feel like he won't fit in with the vibes of my island currently. Oh, by the way, thank you for all the suggestions for villagers. I liked seeing Fang come up. He came up quite a lot as a cranky villager that I should have. He might be a good choice. Oh yes, can you imagine doing him a cute little area? Oh, I do love Fang. Also, I know there was a few other villagers mentioned here and there, and I was thinking to myself, I could branch out and get brown villagers too. And I was thinking of having Maple or maybe a couple of the bear villagers. I do have Grizzly on my other island, so I don't really want to have him, but Teddy could be an option, but he's a jock. That doesn't cover the crankies. The crankies are going to be the hard spot to get it, but someone did suggest Kabuki, which I think is a good shout too. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about it a little bit more, but I think adding a few of the brown villagers in there will look really cute as well, since we're going with some brown tones on the island as well as pink and red. So yeah, maybe come up with some brown villagers down below. That could be very cute. I think I might have Maple though. Maple's a normal though. She's not a cranky. But I think Maple's a good shout for us. Although I just mentioned Teddy, isn't he orange? I think Teddy is orange. I don't think he's going to fit in with the vibes. Maybe if we did a spring, orange and yellow island, he'd fit in there, but maybe not for this one. I don't know. I'm trying to decide on the villagers. It doesn't matter. We're in no hurry. Valentine's Day isn't for a few months, and I'm probably going to be finished by the time we get there because I'm excited to build this island. I feel like I want to build on this one and this one only at the moment. I will get to the other islands when I'm feeling it. If you didn't know, we have 3 other islands. We have Sockington, which is kind of my normcore island, or it's going to be. I'm not going to say any more than that. You'll see when I do the video for it. We have Jellybean, which is my Kidcore island, or it will be Kidcore when I build it. And then we have Sunflora, which I think I'm going to make more of a natural island. Just make it feel nice, cozy, natural, open. I don't know. We'll see where that one goes. That one's kind of changing all the time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to do Fairy Core, but I'm like, wait, I should just add Fairy Core to this one. Add Fairy Core where I feel like it. And also, not to mention, we have the 3.0 update soon, which is going to give us the Lunar Slumber Islands, and I'm probably going to do a lot of themes there. Actually, in fact, I am going to be doing a lot of themes there. I shall say no more. On the subject of themes, why not put some theme ideas that you've never seen before down in the comments down below? Maybe it will inspire someone who reads them. Maybe I'll use them in the future. Who knows? Who knows? I love how Sprinkles is just standing so close to me. Like she just wants to be here. Maybe she's admiring what I'm doing. Unfortunately though, she will be leaving this island at some point. Also, yes, we are back over by our resident services build that we did in the last video. I'm literally filling in this whole section from here to the airport. It's quite a big area, so it's quite a big video today. A lot of pink, a lot of roads, a lot of code placing. The code placing always takes so long, but it's so very important, especially when you're doing a town core island. Well, to be honest, any island. Sometimes though you can get away with putting the buildings down first and then putting the codes in, but for a town core island especially, I find it easier to put the main codes down first and then go from there. Also, I did decide that I didn't want this to just be one big straight long road with no areas to go up or around. So I am going to do 2 roads going up this way, and then we'll have a central piece which we'll decorate. Just, you know, probably very simply, some trees, some hedges, some benches, all the good stuff that we love. You know what, while we're finishing off placing down some custom codes, I'm just going to ramble for a bit. I'm going to talk about the 3.0 update because that's all I seem to think about. I'm very excited. I know everyone else is very excited too. Let me know what's the first thing you're going to check out when the new update drops. I think I really want to head to those slumber islands. I want to check out those lunar islands, see how they work. How many custom codes can we have? Can we have different codes? How much terraforming can we do? I know the terraforming question is probably stupid. It's probably going to be the same as our normal islands, but can we save them as separate things and save them online like we can with dream addresses? Can we add buildings? Can we add Nook's Cranny and Able Sisters? Can we add villagers if we can scan the amiibos in? That sort of thing. I want to know all these things. I'm so excited for those islands. That's gonna be the first thing I look at, as well as the items. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for new items. I want to know how many items we're gonna get. Also, I can't stop thinking about one item in particular that we saw in the trailer. I think it was called a lantern arch. What do you mean a lantern arch? Also, is that the only archway we're gonna get? Can I get a flower arch as well, please? Can we get a balloon arch without the date being on it? Can we just get arches? Pumpkin arch. Wait, we have a spooky arch. Don't worry. But can we have a bunch of arches? And also lights. I would like some more lights. Flower lights. Imagine if we had giant flower lights. Imagine how that would change Fairycore. Even mushroom houses, little mushroom sheds. I'm just making it up as I go along now. I don't actually know if these are going to be things, but I would like it. If not in the 3.0 update, maybe in a future Animal Crossing game. Hey, Nintendo, if you have any jobs going for anyone who needs to design items for Animal Crossing or any designing game, I'm your girl. Hello. I would like to help design items, please. Please and thank you. We will have all the cute items and all the efficient items, of course. Can you imagine me just designing a bunch of items and then just forgets to make walls? That's probably what I would do. I'd be like, yes, but we have mushroom houses and giant flowers, but no walls. By the way, yes, we are still currently putting down custom codes. This is taking a very long time. A very, very long time. But we are now making a little bit of a floor space for our first building? I don't know if you could call it a building. I have built one of these before. I have also used this same design and same items to build this before, but we are going to be making a sweet little cafe. I feel like we can't have this little Valentine's Town Core Island now and not have a cafe. It's like the perfect first date, don't you think? Let me know if you have ever had a first date at a coffee shop, cafe. Let me know down below. I feel like it's a great place. There's lots of people around. You can have coffee and you can just talk and sit. It's just a cozy place to go for a first date, I think. Look at me out here trying to give dating advice. I know nothing. I've been with my partner for 10 years now. I don't know what dating's like. I'm kind of glad about that. But right, we're extending it because I have not made this area big enough. Once I popped those storefronts down, I was like, yeah, you need to make this bigger. This is not enough room since I'm going to be using 4 storefronts. I've just decided to go with white. Of course, you can choose any color storefront you like. And I say this about all my islands, but just because my island is one color doesn't mean you can't recreate this build in a different color and style for your island. So just because I'm doing it this way and adding cutesy little stalls like this doesn't mean you have to. I'm also adding some snack bread and we got an espresso maker. I also have this counter. Now I need to quickly download some new custom codes. this is the code I'm using. I didn't have any codes for a simple panel, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna go with these pink windows. I don't have a lot of space left. These will do. Whack them on some white simple panels, pop them on the front here, and voila, looks cute. I think it fits in with the vibes. I'm happy with it. Then in front of those, we're going to add a wooden partition either side. I've gone with the pink, of course, to go with the color scheme. And then I do have this dessert counter. I didn't want this one in white. I thought if I add brown, it just adds a little bit of color, a little bit of something. And then also I've got two variations of tables at the moment. I will be adding another one. We have the iron garden table and also the small round covered table. And then now that I think we've got the size of the area correct, I can put the borders, like the tile borders, whatever you'd call these, halfway borders. I don't know. I can finally put these in as well. I was thinking, what am I going to put behind this cafe? And I think the best option for me is terraforming. I might terraform the whole area behind it, add some trees, put some height behind there. Don't know if I'm going to do 1 tier or 2 tiers of terraforming. I'll figure that out when I get to it in another video, in another build, on another day. Now I'm adding another table because 2 tables isn't enough. And also there's like a weird little space I have to try and fit everything in and still be able to walk everywhere. I think I'm going to need to move that sign, stick it at the front here, put some hedging maybe around. I don't know. We'll just rearrange stuff as we go along. Now I need to add a mismatch of chairs just to make it look a little bit more fun. We do have a Nordic chair, the cute chair, and also the little cinema roll stall. Now we need to add some food. So I do have frosted cookies and I have a cherry tart. And I thought, do you know what would be a really cute idea? Having the addition of gyroids. So we've got a cute little pink, I think it's Babeloid. I've stuck him on the cinema roll stall and he's enjoying some frosted cookies and I think it's so cute. Also, I love the fact that I've said this is the perfect area for a first date. And all these tables only have 1 chair. Looks like you're sharing. Oh wow, I guess sharing is caring, especially if you need to share a chair. Anyway, let's pop some hedging around our cafe space just to add a little bit of color. It's looking a bit too pink. Not that there's a problem with it being all pink. I do like pink. It's one of my favorite colors. But the green just makes a difference, you know? It's just a little bit of a pop. A little bit of a something. Oh, by the way, thank you for all the ideas for extra builds, but keep them coming. Keep them coming. I love reading them. I'm going to get a few of those and make some builds out of those. I like the idea of having a park. I think that's a definite must, especially it will add a big greenery area to the island. We can use the natural pathway and, you know, just make a little park for people to sit in. Also, I know some of you liked the idea of me having a train station. I need to make sure I have a custom code slot. I think I do. I think I might have 3 slots left at this point by the end of the video. I can't remember. Either way, I only need 1 slot for a train track because it will be very simple, very basic train tracks and a little train station because I just don't have the code space. Unless I get rid of one of my rug codes. There's a little rug code that I have that's like 4 squares and I've got 2 different lots of those and I might get rid of one. I feel like I don't need both. Might do that, so then I'll have extra slots. So I need to find some cute train track codes. Let me know if you've seen any cute train track codes down below, or like put them in my Discord. If you didn't know, we do have a Discord. Please join the Discord. Come and join some more cozy friends. A lot of us love Animal Crossing over there, so come and join. I also do have 2 other channels, Melissaverse Tours and Melissaverse Unwind. Go check those out, link down below. We also have channel memberships, where recently I have been posting updates around my island, and I'm going to be posting even more. We've also had some fun vlogs recently from my holiday trip, which I still need to get that Orlando one out. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to record a Christmas vlog too for Super Beans, so keep an eye out for those. But enough about that. I appreciate, by the way, all the members of the channel and everyone who subscribed and watches the videos. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting. And thank you so much for so many of you making me cry when you told me that I was #1 in your recap, or what is it called? Recap on YouTube? Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Now, we did do a little spot of terraforming, which I will finish off later. I wanted to add an end to the road. So we did have a tunnel, which I've used a castle gate for. Don't need to worry about adding anything else because we're going to block all the awkward gaps off with trees. Hence why we got that little gap in the pathway there. I added a couple of benches. We also have this little traffic light, which is what I would call it. Traffic light. What is it called? It's a crossing something. It's the little crossing thing. I just call it a traffic light. Anyway, that's what that is. And then we're going to fence this area off with some hedging. All those little spare spots you can see in the custom code pathway is where I'm going to be sticking some trees. It is. I can't wait to add trees. We haven't used any trees in this build yet. Now our pathway is looking a little bit plain, so I'm going to go and add some extra tiles. We got these cute heart tiles that I did use in my previous build. These will be everywhere. They will. The first thing I'll do is put the grey tiles round, and then I'll go around and add these in bits where I feel like I need a little bit more colour. And it just adds to the vibes. Makes it feel more cutesy, more colourful, less plain. All of the above, everything that I love. I can see a cat in the back. I think that is cat. By the way, you will see a difference in the time of day during this video because I did record it at different points and visited the treasure island and then came back, carried on building, in between doing other things. Sometimes you need a little break between your builds, especially if they're a big one. Where we have the terraforming at the side of our entrance, I will need to add a staircase. I decided to go with the log staircase. I think it will look the nicest. I nearly went with the white plank one, but I didn't like that it was just a ramp. I wanted actual stairs, and so I think I've made the right decision. Of course, if later on I decide I want a different staircase, we can just change it. It's not too much of an issue. You know what I'm excited actually about the Lunar Slumber Islands is I think you can put staircases and bridges. I keep calling them staircases, they are referred to as inclines. I think you can pop those in and not have to pay them off or go to the next day. Oh, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be beautiful. I get it. It's because it's in a dream, so you can just do anything in a dream. And I think that's why, but it's such a good thing. Like, I'm very excited for that. Right, we're just doing a little spot of decorating here and there, placing some hedges. I also have a lovely party light archway just to add a little something else there. Also, I did just add a Lily record player. Don't have any music for my island at the moment except for Welcome Horizons, which you get when you get to 3 stars. But some KK Slider recommendations down below. I think I will go with KK Lovers, but I'm open to more suggestions. But KK Lovers is my favorite KK Slider song, and it fits perfectly for this island and probably all my other islands. Ooh, does anyone remember when KK Slider dropped some more singles in the 2.0 update? What if he does the same for the 3.0? What if we get a few more KK Slider songs? Oh, that's amazing. Because I remember when we got those, KK Lovers was part of the 2.0 update, and it became my favorite KK Slider song. It beat Bubblegum. It did. It beat Bubblegum in my eyes. I'm obsessed with KK Lovers. I will probably have it blaring out on Sockington as well as this one, along with maybe some other tracks so I don't get sick of it, although who could ever get sick of KK Lovers? Not me, that's for sure. But can you imagine if he releases some more songs and I get a new favourite? Oh, that's actually pretty awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the new update. I just want to see all the new items, the new stuff. We're going to get the kitty furniture. I guess that's kind of why I'm holding out on building my Kid Court Island, because I'm like, ooh, I want the Lego furniture and the little kitty car, whatever it was called. And we're going to get lantern archways or whatever it was. And all the other items. Oh, it's going to be so good. So good. And I know the rumor is that we're going to get thousands of items like we did in the 2.0 update. And if that's the case, even better. But I honestly would be happy with the ones we've seen plus extra as well. Also, the cat plushie. I remember seeing a cat plushie mentioned in a little list of items. We didn't actually get to see what it looks like, but what if we get other animals as well? Cat plushie, dog plushie, bird plushie, pig plushie, frog plushie. Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, I doubt it. But a girl can dream. I wonder what the cat plushie looks like. I wonder if it's just a big round ball of cat fluff. Can we change the colour of the cat plushie? You do realise, by the way, that if the cat plushie can be made a tuxedo cat, I will lose my mind. Especially if it's with white paws. I'm gonna lose my mind. I will be making a tuxedo island. Yep, in that Lunar Slumber Island, we will be having a tuxedo island. I always said as well, can you imagine if Nintendo add a tuxedo cat villager? I know the closest I have to my cat is between Punchy and Kiki, but if we get an official tuxedo villager, I'm going to lose that as well. Lose my mind completely. By the way, back to talking about the build before I just go on a tangent about cat villagers. I do have this back part now. This is where I'm going to actually stop doing the building. I've told myself I'm not going much further than this today because otherwise I will keep building and building. And look at that, with the power of editing and magic, we time traveled. We did. Now originally I didn't know if I wanted to stick a river back here and do a little fence or add some medieval walls, but I will do both. Yes, I love spoiling the build for you all. I like to tell you what I'm going to do before it actually happens. Also, to finish off the wall, I just added a pillar in there. I think it looks quite nice. Is it just called the pillar? I don't remember the name of item. Sometimes my mind goes blank. Like, I'll remember the name of this item in an hour's time, and then I'll forget. Now I have this plain, boring section down the side, which is next to resident services. And I thought, you know what I need? I need stalls to match the stall at the front with the flowers. So I have a jam stall, a cake stall, and I will be adding another stall. Look at that, another spoiler. I did add 2 stalls over here, but don't like them. Yep, I even decorated them. I had little bears on this one, so you could buy a little plushie for your love. And then this one had extra sweet treats. Don't like them. The sweet treats one can go, and the bear one can come back over here with the other stalls. You'll see why I'll move them, because I do change this back bit ever so slightly. But to be honest, the free stalls along the side here just look really nice. They fill it out. It kind of looks like a market. Maybe a market that gets put up every weekend. And now one of the best choices I've made is these cars. I'm going to add more of these cars around my island, especially towards the entrance area. It's because I did it first, especially towards the resident services area that we built in our first video. I think a couple of cars along there will look so good, and they'll just add so much to that space. Now here, I've just removed a couple of medieval walls, and look, we time traveled again. Who is she? Stop time traveling. No, I think I must have built this on a different day. But anyway, as I was saying, we have removed a couple of the medieval walls, and I decided to terraform some waterfalls behind the walls, and I think it just looks so pretty. It looks different. Rather than it just be the walls, you got something to look at. I may even add another tier of terraforming and add another waterfall to the top, so you don't get that weird green line and you also can't see the skyline. I might do that. And then I was like, I have to put something in front, so I decided to go with the flower beds and a couple of bushes just in front of the medieval walls to make it look a little bit more interesting, along with some red park fence. Now, remember in our last build, we had this weird area at the front with the decking popped down. I was like, I don't know what I want to do with this. I don't know if I like it. And I said, I'm probably going to change it. Well, here we are, changing it today. I have decided to change it from the pink decking to these lovely pink tiles instead. We're going to add some hedging, which I will change. I will. Love filling you with the spoilers today. Now, I do need some custom codes before we can start with this build. So we're going to download this code right here. It is a red postbox code. Now you probably know what we're going to be building. I also need to download a heart letter code. So here is the MA, and this is the code right here. We're going to use that. We're probably going to use that for some scattered papers and things to go on the floor. I'm just making a cute little postbox area. I thought, what do I love? I love postboxes apparently. So here we are with the red postboxes. If you didn't know, you can make these with just the steel trash cans and adding a cute little code on the front, and ta-da! You have a post box. Now, because it's me and I love to fill out my area, that is not enough items. We do have some scattered papers there on the floor that I've put that lovely heart letter design, and then I have a rolling cart in red. Now, I need to extend this area because it's just not big enough for me. And then also we do have this gap over here, which I'll probably just fill in with more hedging, a tree or two, and probably some flowers, because that's the best way to fill it. If you need something to fill, use your flowers up, use your trees, use your bushes. They're great filler ideas and great filler things, and I love them. To frame the area, I've decided not to go with the grass flowery path that we were using before, and I've decided to go with our grey tiles. I think it just makes it feel a little bit more town-like and gets rid of those weird awkward gaps. As much as I love using the grass codes and flower codes and things, sometimes they just don't work. And that was a time that it wasn't working, and I'm probably going to change it over in the other decking area. I do have another idea for that decking space on the right, but we won't be doing that today. We'll probably do that in a different build when we do that side of resident services, maybe around the back as well. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not planning my builds. I'm just building how and when I want. Now, to add more to our little post area, we do have a cardboard box. I have some stacked document, or is it document stack? It's one way round of those words, I don't know, but I have put that lovely little heart design on there as well, so it looks like some love letters are being posted. I have a backlight box, I think it's called. I never use this item, but I saw it on someone's post once and I was like, you know what, I need to use that in a build. I need to. So maybe it looks like a box of love letters. Maybe you can take one out and write a love letter to someone and send it off in the post box. Ever so sweet. Also, you may have noticed I did change the hedging over for vertical board fence. I also sneakily used the vertical board fence earlier in this video. Did you see it behind my cafe? I must admit, as much as I love the vertical board fence, it just hits different when it's in pink as well. Probably going to use that a lot on my island. I'm just loving the color pink right now, so pink vibes all around, please. Now we do have this really awkward gap right here between the airport and our little post box area that we have. And you know what I'm going to do? You probably know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill it with flowers. I am, but not before. I put some hedging around the edge. So it's going to be a hedged off or fenced off area of flowers. We're going to be just using the red and pink flowers that I've been using around my island. If you didn't know, I've been using pink hyacinths, pink mums, and pink windflowers. Red cosmos, red mums, and red hyacinths. They were my flower choices for this island. Ooh, something that I did on my previous Valentine's island was add ducks. So I'm going to be adding ducks from now on. Every time I have a little spot of water on my island, I'm going to add some ducks. And so here we are, we have some ducks. Also, it looks a little bit plain on these pathways, so I am going to add some benches. We won't be adding a bench to the market side though, because I think it would look a little bit too weird. But I will put a couple of benches around here and there, and may even add some more in the future if I feel like I need a little extra something in an area. Now I feel like we're in the finishing touches kind of phase of the island. I've got a phone box to go over here in red, an ABD machine to go here in red, and then I need to add our little extras to the corner. So I'm adding 2 pink squares to either side, and then we have a little pink heart square there like we did in the other corners at the bottom of the middle section. We've got a scooter to go in the road. I'm going to need more of those scooters. A garden wagon, some Nova lights. And you know what, I think the Nova lights will look better right outside the airport entrance, you know, from lower to higher in height behind. I did have to take another Treasure Island trip and I grabbed this cage cart. Is it called a cage cart? I don't remember. I put some carnations on there, which are part of the Valentine's collection in the Nook Stop shop when it comes around every February, I think it is. I also have a recycled paper bundle and I have a cushion that I've customized to look like a gift. Again, if you want the codes for those, it will be on my Pinterest. I did add a little gyroid too. Now for the finishing touches, I'm walking around adding some cherry blossom petal piles and some dropped items. So there it is, we have finished the build today. This is quite a big area to cover, but now it's time to have a look around. So of course, yes, we did the entrance today. We got some cute vending machines here at the side. This is the hardest thing to decide what to put here. I was so confused, like what do I do? And then we have this lovely walkway that will lead you to the beach. I haven't actually looked at the size of this beach. Oh, it's very small. Okay, this will be a small little tiny compact beach. And we have our incline here, of course, which we will go up. And I don't know if I'm going to make this 3 tiers, 2 tiers. I don't know, but we'll decide soon because I really want to build more on this island. And then, of course, we got our beautiful road. And then over here we have our small cafe, which we will be terraforming behind this and adding some trees just because we need a little bit of height going on back there, a little bit of something, and cover it round so it doesn't look so odd and just out here. Also, I don't know if I need more trees around the area. I'm trying to fight the temptation to have more trees, but I do love trees. Trees are my favorite thing. We then have this section here in the middle, which is just a filler idea. I think it looks really beautiful. I think I will double the terraforming up though, so we have bigger waterfalls, so it looks a little bit nicer, especially at the top bit there, because you can see the dirt. It's kind of put me off. So maybe 3 tiers, maybe I'll just terraform river behind there. I don't know yet. I will decide. I also need to work on this section as well. Might do that next as well. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm either going to do the rest of resident services next, or I'm going to do the terraforming area. I'll see how I feel. And then of course, yes, we have the flower beds and the little duckies. I might get a little tiny duck to go there, maybe. I'm glad I added the cars, by the way. I think I might go and grab some more cars, add even more around the area. I think that look really nice, especially down this road that we have, because it's a little bit plain. Maybe just one, maybe even a scooter as well. Also, one thing I missed out today was cruiser bikes. Yep, I should have had cruiser bikes. Anyway, we continued our little stall space, and I added a little market along here. You can kind of see it. We got the bear stall, the cake stall, the jam store. I think it looks so stinking cute and adorable. And then obviously down here, I'm so glad I decided to change this to a little post box area. I will be having a post office probably on this island. I do enjoy a post office. Oh, also I forgot to do this bit. I was meant to stick flowers down there. I will do that in just a second. And then obviously we've got this little space here, which I decided to just fill with flowers because sometimes those awkward spaces need to just be flowers, don't they? And that's all there is to it. But yes, I think this came out super cute today. I'm so happy with my island so far and I can't wait to build more and more. And at this rate, we're going to be finished by Valentine's Day. So yeah, that's a good thing. And then maybe I'll change it to a summer tropical island or a spring, maybe a spring core town core island. Who knows, but I'm enjoying my town core vibes. And there it is, we finished today's build. I had a great time again and I'm probably going to build some more later this week on this island, although I do need to get back to Sockington and start working on the other 2 islands. But while I'm enjoying this one, I'm going to stick with this one for now. But anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please do like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my other 2 channels, Melissaverse Unwind and Melissaverse Tours. And also I hope you have the most wonderful days and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye!